What's going on, guys? It's gonna be an early live stream with the OnePlus 6, man. I want to talk about just a little bit of how it's been going with it so far. Let me take the case off real quick. It's actually been pretty good phone. It's been smooth as butter. I haven't had any issues, but like I said, it's early stages of the OnePlus 6. You can see I do have the Pixel launcher on. Kind of switched up the launcher so I can swipe over and get my Google cards. That's the only thing I've done to it. Let me see what else. I got all my apps installed and I have it all set up pretty much. I got my Gmail hooked up. Um, I got all my social media hooked up, and I've been testing out the cameras. Cameras are really good, man. I'm highly impressed with the cameras. The notch does not bother me at all. Swipe gestures is what I've been using, and I want to show you that real quick. It's pretty nice. Swipe gestures is pretty nice. You get that full screen real estate real quick, and it is, for some reason, one of the complaints that I got so far. It's probably not nothing serious. Is that built-in that screen protector that comes with it? I don't really like it. It smudges up pretty quick, and I'm constantly wiping it. So I recommend that as soon as you get the OnePlus 6, go ahead and order it with a tempered glass, because this it's like a film screen protector that came with it. It it kind of messes with your experience. It's not real good quality screen protector, and it smudges, and it's just not a good look for it. So I recommend that you uh, go ahead and purchase a tempered glass with it when you purchase the OnePlus. But overall performance has been smooth as butter. No issues with performance. Um, Pictures have been, I can't really say much on the camera. I've only been testing it out for a few days. Shout out to John Johnson. What's going on, brother? And overall, it's been great, man. Like I said, I did switch out the launcher. Um, I don't, I don't use the shelves thing on the side. I rather have the Google cards. That's the only reason why I switched it out. I think this is more for my usage. I like reading up on information, and I don't think that the shelves, the Oxygen OS, they're calling it shelves, where you swipe over. I don't really use it, so I don't really care for it. So I could either disable it or just switch out the launcher. Went ahead and switched out the launcher. I am using, let me see which launcher exactly. It's not available anywhere. You got to download it from, let me see what it's called. Big version. So I got it at GitHub. Let me see. This is the launcher that I'm using. It's called the Rootless Pixel Launcher. It's the 5.3 version. Man, that thing works beautiful on here. Uh, I had downloaded on my Google Drive, but it was the 3.0 version, so it was kind of old. So I went ahead and upgraded to the 3.5. The thing is amazing. Let me go ahead and show you the version. Let me see. The swipe gestures are nice. I'll get into that in a second, but the swipe gestures are boss, man. Um, Long press on the screen. You long press on the screen, you get this option, and then you go to home settings. It takes you here. Let me go back. Long press, home settings, and if you swipe from the corner here, it'll take you. It's like the back button. Back. It's pretty nice. If you swipe from the center up and hold, it'll go into the app drawer. And if you swipe up from the corner, it'll take you back. If you swipe up and release from the center, it'll take you home. You'll get used to it real quick. It's pretty nice. But yeah, here are the settings for the Rootless Launcher. It's what I've been using. It's real nice, man. Very fast and fluid. I haven't had this phone hiccup at all. Normally, when you first get the phone, you'll have some issues with applications and stuff. This thing's been boss. What can I say? The camera's real nice. Another thing that I don't like is the speaker, man. The speaker is probably gonna be one of the most disappointing things on the OnePlus 6. It doesn't sound horrible. It's a good speaker, don't get me wrong, but if you're coming from the Pixel 2 XL, which I recently had, and I also had the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus with the dual speakers, and you come to this, to the OnePlus 6, you're going to be a little bit disappointed with the audio. Also, another thing that I noticed that is real weak on here, and I can't remember who somebody in the chats had asked the question if the vibration motor is pretty strong on the OnePlus 6, and I'm gonna say no. The vibration, um, the vibration on here is pretty weak. So two things that I noticed within less than 24 hours that that I'm not nitpicking. I do love the phone. Don't get me wrong. It's a pretty awesome phone. But two things that I noticed right away that struck me, and that's gonna be what was it? The speaker is not the loudest, and the vibration. The speaker is like a little bit tingy, and the vibration motor is real. It's kind of weak. I think the vibration was a little bit stronger on the Pixel and the S9 Plus. I may be wrong, but I think so. I had those two phones, and I think the vibration motor on the OnePlus 6 is kind of weak. But moving along, it's been overall so pretty good. I love the screen. If you're not into the notch, there's a setting you can hide it. It doesn't really bother me. I wish it had a speaker up there. That would make a massive improvement as far as the audio quality. I'll play something so you guys can listen. It's not it's not real. Let me see if I can find something. It's not real. The audio is not real good in my opinion. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's, I don't know. Let me find a video for you guys so you guys can listen. Let's see if I find a video. I want to play one of my videos so that you guys can check it out. Check out the audio.
Hey, we're Root, and we can save you up to 52% off your car insurance rates. Download
Commercial.
the app and take Root for a ride today.
All the way up.
What is up, guys? Tony here, Positive.
So there's a little sample of the audio. Not really impressed with the audio, but it's decent enough where you'll be fine with it. I don't, if you're used to, like I said, dual speakers and stuff like that, then the audio may not. It's not gonna impress you. I'll play it again. I mean, it doesn't sound bad. It's a pretty good speaker, but um, it won't compare to dual speakers. So, one of my complaints, which is not bad, I don't think it's a huge issue. You can listen to your media content just fine, but wish I had dual speakers, and I wish the vibration motor was a little bit stronger. The vibration motor on the iPhone that I'm recording this video with, man, is strong. It's strong. It has that haptic feedback. It's a real strong motor. What else? So far, it's been decent battery life. Let me show you the battery life real quick. I'm at 75%, but I have been going extra hard on it. I did do a couple of videos, one video in 1080p 30 frames per second, which I uploaded. Check that out. And then I did another video, 1080p at 60 frames per second. So you can check that video out. So I take that into consideration. I can see why the battery is at 75%. But overall, real nice phone. I like the screen. Other than the screen protector, I do like the screen. I don't want to peel it off until I get a tempered glass. And also, let me show you the case that it came with. Let me see. I don't want to drop this phone. This is the TPU case that it came with. Nothing special here. It's just a regular soft TPU case. No branding on it that I'm aware of. Okay, it does have branding. It says, let me see if I can see that. It does have branding. I can't really see. I can't really make it out. Wow. Okay, it says designed by OnePlus. I don't know if you guys can see that. It says right there, designed by OnePlus. So it's just a regular, nothing spectacular, kind of frosted or smoked, kind of a smoked case. TPU case fits real good. It fits nice and snug, and it does add some screen protection if you decide to lay it face down. So you can see there. So the case that it comes with is pretty decent. It's kind of high raised just on the corners, so it's pretty flush all the way around, and just on the corners you got a little bit of raisability, as Floss would say, raisability. You can see it on the corners. So it's a pretty good case. Nothing spectacular. Once again, all the cutouts line up. Got the microphone, 3.5 headphone jack, USB Type-C, and here's a speaker, bottom firing. On the top we have a microphone cutout. Power buttons are covered up, so it will protect your phone a lot. So I recommend that if you don't have a case and you just bought the phone, definitely use the phone. I mean, use the case, because the case is gonna protect the back. Let me take the case back off just for the video. Fingerprint magnet still applies. Feels a little bit light to me, but overall, quick video, guys. For a couple things that I did notice with the OnePlus, the fingerprint reader is real fast, and we're gonna go ahead and switch cameras so that I can show you some of the settings that I have set up on here. Let me see. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so let me angle this a little bit more. All right. So here is the OnePlus 6. I'm using the gestures, and I'll show you where to get that and try that out. Go into settings. I'm also have it set to dark mode, so I get the full screen real estate when I remove the nav buttons and I do the gestures. So if you go to the alert slider, which is this here, you can customize that, and you can set up alarms and media, whatever you want to do there. You can set up vibrations and ring. I do use this a lot. It's pretty convenient. I kind of like the placement now. They put it on the right side where it's easy to get to with your thumb. And if you want to go back using the swipe gestures, you just got to swipe up from the corner. It'll take you back. Real nice. If you swipe up from the center, it'll take you home. And if you swipe up and hold, it'll take you to the recent apps, and you can see the recents that I had used. So it's real nice. It takes it takes a little while to get used to, but since I had the iPhone 10, I got used to it pretty quick. So that was the alert slider. We go to the buttons, and you can see nav bar and gestures, and this is where I'm at. So I'm using the navigation gestures, and you can do the fixed, which will bring them back, and you can do the hide nav bar. It gives you a little button right there which you can toggle, and it disappears, and you swipe back up and bring it back. And then you have the navigation gestures. This is what I'm using. This is what I like, because I get more screen real estate. So swiping over, this is how you get to the home. It says swipe up from the bottom center edge of the screen, then it'll take you home. And if you swipe over to get to the recents, you got to swipe from the center up and hold. And It'll go into the recents, and then if you want to go back, you just swipe from the edge, take it back. Real nice. So it's pretty nice. Let me see where I'm at now. And in landscape mode, it's the same thing. You just landscape, and so that is awesome. So let's go back, and that is navigation, bar, and gestures, and then we have press power button twice for the camera. I already have that turned on, and I haven't used it yet, so I got to select always. Boom, and check out the camera, man. The camera's real good. The camera is definitely real good. I kind of really saturates the greens. You can see how in real life, if you look, they're not as the tree is not as green as it appears on the OnePlus, but that's not a big deal in my opinion. But just thought I'd point that out. Look at that. See, I'm a little darker. But yeah, the cameras are definitely real nice. Autofocus is pretty quick on here, not the fastest. It tends to record video a little bit better using optical image stabilization. No, using electronic image stabilization. So right now, if I'm on 1080p, 60 frames per second, it uses optical image stabilization. And if I switch it to 1080p, 30 frames per second, it uses electronic image stabilization. So it seems to work a whole lot better with the electronic image stabilization, like if I'm in motion. So I would definitely, I like this setting better. And if you're like on a tripod or something, you could use this one. This is the optical image stabilization. You can see it like on the lens. I don't know if you can see it. See it moving around? It tries to, so you can see that it's actually this one right here. You can see it moving around. And yeah, so let me go ahead and show you some of the pictures that I took. Somebody playing music in the background. Let me see, I got a video that I took earlier today, and I think I took some pictures. There's one picture I took testing out the camera, and the camera's pretty nice, very impressive with the camera. Stability and autofocus and the zoom is all real good. So swipe up from the bottom corner. The camera is definitely, so let's go ahead and go into the settings again with the camera. If I go to video, it does record in 4K 60 frames per second. I think only on the rear camera. So you can see the settings there. You got 4K 60 frames, and then you have 4K 30, and then 1080p 60, and then you have 1080p 30, and then 720. I think 720 is 60. I'm not sure, but 720 is real nice. Let me see if it uses optical image. See, right now when you see this right here, it's not moving, so I believe it's using electronic image stabilization. So on 720p. So I'll show you what I mean. Let me try to switch it up to 1080p. Maybe I can show you guys on video. Okay, now it's moving. You see the little camera moving in there? That's because it's using optical image stabilization. That camera right there. So it's actually moving around. And once I switch it to 1080p, electronic, so it's not going to move around. So you notice the difference? Pretty nice, pretty interesting. So I like recording video with electronic image stabilization. Let me go back to, here are some of the settings. Camera is real nice, like I said. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to the settings here. So power button, and then you got some other settings here. Let me wipe the screen down real quick. Okay, like I said, this screen protector is not good. Look, check how fast the fingerprint reader is though. Very fast. Let me see. Gestures. You still have the gestures. You can do the 3-finger swipe down to get to take a screenshot. You just boom, screenshot. Flip to mute and all that good stuff. A double tap to wake, and then we have the music controls. You can do all the music controls here. Let me see. Go back. And a status bar, the bar style. You can do the bar style. So there's a lot of customizations in here. That's why I like this one. I like Oxygen OS a little bit more than stock Android. It just has more customization. Here you can see the launcher that I'm using, the Pixel launcher, and this is how you would switch it. And the display, we go into display. I believe you have the notch display, so you can hide the notch if you choose to. I'll show you how that looks. If I hide the notch, it just basically blacks it out. You can't really see it because, let me see if I go home, I'll show you. You see the notch now, it's gone. So it still uses the uh, the the display up there, but it just, instead of making it black, it turns them white. So let me go ahead and go back and I'll show you now. If I switch them and go home, now it's white. I mean, now you can see the color in the back. So that's that. Let me show you what else. Like I said, I've only had this for a few hours. And screen calibration, night mode, reading mode, those are all self-explanatory. App display, you guys can see that, all these settings. So the theme that I'm using is the dark theme. You can change that. You can also change the accent colors, which is, I thought, it's pretty nice. You can do green. Everything turns green. So these little customizations like that is why I love Oxygen OS, man. It's pretty nice. You can change the font, auto, screen, rotate. You can pulsate. You can cast. Let me see what else. The battery. Let's go ahead and go into the battery. I have about 8 hours left and 14 minutes. I'm at 73%. Like I said, I've been going extra hard on this today. Like I made a couple videos. Not only did I make the videos, but I went ahead and uploaded them using the phone directly straight to YouTube with no edits or no nothing. So that does hinder the battery big time. So that's why my usage is like that. But it says last full charge. I've only been using it for about 3 hours. I'm at 73%. But like I said, uploading videos, recording videos, I've been using the camera big time. You can see there 5%. And 2 hours, and I've been going hard on it. So let me see, that's the battery. I'll have another video when I do some normal battery testing, but today was mostly camera testing on the OnePlus. I'll show you my storage after all my apps are installed. I've used 53 out of my, so this is the 64 gigabyte. I've used 53 gigabytes already, but like I said, I've done a lot of videos today, which I haven't, you can see there, 2 gigs of videos, and I got all kinds of other photos and stuff on here. So I'm kind of maxed out already. No, I've only used 10 out of 53 gigabytes. So 19% used. I got tons of storage left over. Let me see. You can see not much. I did make a video, unboxing video when I first got it, and you guys could see how much the operating system actually uses out of your storage. And I believe it was like 1.3 gigs of storage. So you have a whole bunch of storage on here. Pretty small ROM. And let me see, users, location. So I have fingerprint, face unlock, and app locker, and that's it. That's pretty much all of it. Let me see what I can show you. In advance, we have OTG, we have pocket mode, we have schedule, power on and off. We have the experience. I kind of didn't volunteer for any of that. We have gaming mode now, which blocks notifications so that you don't get no interruptions while you're gaming, which is real nice. I like that. I'm not a huge gamer, but for people that do game, it's going to be nice. And let me show you where I'm at right here. We're using, this is the 6 gigabyte of RAM, 64 gigabyte of internal storage, Android 8.1. I just got an update out of the box, uh, May 1st, 2018. And there's the build number and all that information there. Oxygen 5.1.5. That's very nice clean. So I can show you again, I got plenty of storage left. So you don't really have to go with the 128 gig if you don't really have to. I think I'm perfectly fine with the 64 gig. 8 gigs of RAM. It's kind of like overkill in my opinion. This thing runs buttery smooth with no issues, man. And yeah, that's going to be it for my few hours with the OnePlus. And if you want to get into the app drawer while you're using the swipe gestures, you just swipe from here and drag it up. And this is everything I have installed in case you guys are curious. These are all my apps. All my apps there. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, guys, quick video. OnePlus 6 is in the building. I love this launcher. If you guys are interested in the Pixel launcher, the rootless Pixel launcher, let me know. I'll drop the link in the description below. But man, that's sad. The Essential phone is an ugly testament of everything that's wrong with Android. Wow, that's a kind of a harsh article there. But yeah, shouts out to the Essential phone. I think it's a pretty horrible thing that they're not coming out with the two. I like the phone. I have two of them on my channel, the black and the white version. And it seems like Andy Rubin is selling the company. But anyways, see, that's why I like Google Card swipe over instead of the OnePlus 6 Oxygen shelves. But anyways, guys, it's getting noisy out here. That's going to be it for this live stream. I'll catch you guys on another one. Make sure you share this video out. Drop a comment down below if you want me to show you more on the OnePlus 6, any particular topic that you want. If you want to go into the settings again, or if you want me to show you how to do different things on the OnePlus, comment down below. This is it. I'm out.